Hello, hello. I think we might be underway. Um, is this true? Is this true? Okay. Ooh. Oh, I think so. But it's not coming up here. What's happening? Why is it? What's going on here? Why isn't it the video playing? That's it there. Stream manager. No. Are we actually streaming? What's coming up here? Just gonna drop that down. Back to it. Edit stream. Stream preview. Okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I was clicking on the wrong one. Just finding out my options there. Okay. Yep. All right. It looks like we're underway on the. Yeah. We'll just try a little bit here and see what's happening. Clip. Oh, sound. Yep. Yep. Oh, sound. Yep. Yep. I think we're all good. Yep. Okay. We're off. Right. Here we go. I haven't had a chance to get my cup of tea in. TEMU's over here. Ooh, we better get cracking. Right. Now, let's get straight to farmland, otherwise we could run out of time here. Okay. Right. Ooh, getting eerily closer. Claim 50 Gs. Oh, nice. Claim. Oh, VIP user. What have I got here? $3 coupon bundle. Claim the coupon. Yeah. We do that. Yeah. Claim. Yeah. And then that one's tomorrow. And then these ones will get claimed. I don't know that it does anything. I've never really used the coupon so much. But anyway, back we go. And we got another claim here. That's one chest done. Claim. Done a chest. Yep. All good. Wait a moment. Back 7-day puzzle. Bit disappointed with this bloody thing. Which is the one that I... Oh, 30. Okay. Is it the treasure one that I... 760 remaining. Okay, I don't know whether I'm going to get all of that or not. Yeah, 735 remain. Oh, it's going. Good Lord. Okay. It's quite a lot. Another chest tomorrow. All right. Yes. Okay. Oh, get some there. I think that's all the biggies done. Yep. Ooh. Yeah. And wait a moment. And yeah. What do we got here? Let's do some watering. I've switched the can. We'll do 10 at a time. That'll just saves a bit of. Ooh. Okay, probably not the best of ideas actually. Claim. Because the oh Has the thing come up yet? No. No, it hasn't. Okay, let's do roll and claim and just get that sorted anyway, because that expires today, I think. And we'll get one roll here. Go. And browse now. Browsing. Yeah, let's get that one sorted. Okay. My cat couch is coming soon. Right. Yeah. Tonight we're going to try and answer the question, is growth sustainable? Is growth sustainable? Right. Oh, 25 seconds to go. Lovely cup of tea tonight. Lovingly prepared by myself. Yes. Nectar of the gods. Time is ticking. And 2, 1. And that will get us one roll. Roll in. Okay, so let's get on with that. Yep. It'll get us one roll. It booted us out. Oh, we'll better claim that there then. And claim that. Yep. Okay, so, and we've got credit. Wait a moment. Let's go back to here. Okay. I'll just check here, claim credit, that I've got it all sorted for today. No. Right. Okay. Right. Oh, no. That's not what I'm after. No. I want this one here. Okay. And yeah, this one's coming up tomorrow in 39 minutes. So I'm going to claim all these here. The credit must be claimed in 7 installments over the days after payment. If refunded, the unclaimed credit will be revoked. So that's for the thing, but I'm getting these here. So yeah, here, and then I don't know whether I can use that credit to get more credit. That's the interesting thing. But yep, we're all good for today. I just wanted to check that. And yeah, looking at that route. Right, let's get back to business because still leave at this stage. All right, and get to farmland. I've got that that order coming pretty soon. I think it should be arriving in New Zealand pretty smartly. I've done all this here, pretty sure. Yeah, see, that's all sorted. I can use those. No. Right. Come on, claim here. Right, get cracking, my boy. Get cracking, my boy. I'm watching too much Shubs. Big Hono. Oh dear, what the hell. Right. Some more hair. Give me some more. Give me a head with hair. Long, beautiful hair. Shining, gleaming. Browsing. Yeah. And now give me a chance to get some more tea. Shout out to my one big, beautiful follower. You wonderful person, you. I do have a bit of an idea who you are, but I'm not going to out you publicly. I wouldn't do that. 30 seconds to go. I think we can have another sip of tea. What is that? Rust removal polishing. Oh. No electricity required. I've got to get a new spiral bound for my sketching and things like that. 81. Quite professional maintenance. Ooh, what's this here? Outdoor sports waste. So much rubbish. So little space. Done. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, we got another 61 there. Another claim here. Claim. Yeah. Right. Wait a moment. What's going on? How am I ranking here? 100. Geez. 143 times. When's that due? Oh. 24 hours. But day after tomorrow, maybe. That's got a long way to go. Okay, but we haven't got the we haven't got anything. Looks like a bit rank tonight, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. Better get these done. What do we got here? Gee willikers. We got one more. Oh, is that all? Oh, it's a bit of a 2 times left. 1. Oh, 3. So that's 175. Oh, I don't know whether we'll be able to get this to 200. 175 seems to be about the most I've ever got. Okay. 2 more waterings and we can get 1 more. Okay. All right. Claim here. Yeah. Claim. All right. What's the timing on that one? 8 G's 55. So we'll get a browse in here. That'll give us another 15 grams. Browse now. Ooh, go, you good thing. Okay, here we go. No. Doing the browsing. Yeah, browsing. If I do a search, is that interesting? I don't know. Cat. Is that still browsing? I don't think it is. It bucks it out of the browsing. Oh no, it is still browsing. Interesting. Women, men. So I can go cat. Right. What the hell's that one? The cat couch isn't coming up. Wonder why that is. What's this one? Ah, there's the cat couch. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can come back here. Oh, I don't know that was. We'll have to check that out. Check that out. Okay. Rewards. Have these been all? Yep, they've all been claimed. Okay. Order reward. Okay. And yes, and yes. And 85 in there. So and a claim here. Let's get that other one because that'll take us back to the USSR. No, wait a moment. And here we go. Just get this one here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I've got to wait 28 seconds. Okay. Open. Nothing. Order to get. No. What we want. All right. Yeah. Nothing happening there. Share. 100 grams. No. Well, we're going to go here. What's happening? Oh, no, we're not. Oh, he's got 5. It's not very many. Is that all? Golly. I can do that. I'll go back and do that other one. Okay, that's all 0. That goes there. Goes there. Goes there. That's it. Used them all up. 3 more to get 10, which we'll get in a minute. Okay. Yep. We'll claim here. 8. Claim. Oh, we'll be almost soon at. Soon we'll be at 10 and we'll be pretty much. I think we're about halfway. 7 out of 14. Get water. We'll claim that. Yeah. 1 more. Yeah. Browse now. And we've started the browse. Okay. It's started the browse. Okay. Let's go to the search. What have we got here? Woodworking tools. Router's coming up. What is that thing? Oh yeah. Clamps. Steel sphere. Rotary. Got back into my carving of late. All sorts of exciting little things and gauges, and that's quite expensive, that thing there. Pocket ball. Yeah. Right, oh, that's intriguing. How's it? I think that's slow. I don't think that's not such a good idea. Right. So while it ticks away there, what's this? Oh no. let's get this 15 seconds done here, and then we'll just see what's going there. 12 upgraded blades. Power blower. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Completed the browse. It's done. And we'll go back here. That'll be 100. So let's get rid of those 10. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I might, no. And claim some more. Claim. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. I'll change it to 1 now. I don't think we're going to get, no. Switch the can. 1, 1, 2. Nothing too much. Oh, holy hell. Where did that come from? 9. Okay. 6 chests to go. Wait a moment. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and over to roll and claim, because it's expiring in 25 minutes. Ooh, so that'll be available for tomorrow. Claim. That'll give me one more roll. That might be it. 177. Oh, 180. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, so that one's done. That one's not. That one's. So just some rain and dew, but nah. Oh, there's one more rain there. Okay, back we go. Oh, one more to, there's nothing to claim here. Yeah. That's only little. Give us another roll, maybe. Not too much, though. That's way away. Farmland merge. So, yeah, we're sort of 20. How do we get 20? Interesting. Okay, let's put all those up there. 4. That'll give us another 4. Oh, I can do 1, 2, 3. One more. And then that'll give us some more. Right. Up there. There. A lot of those. Okay. And a lot of those. All right. A lot of those. None of those. Oh, could be now. Yeah. Right up there. And we'll 6. Okay. All right. That's pretty much there. Oh, none of those. Only there. Only there. Okay. All right. So we're moving on up. Only that one. All right. That one's stranded. Right down the bottom there. That one. A lot of these. No. Yes. One of those. One of those. One of those. One of those. That should buy us something. Oh, just need one more of those. Nothing left and 10, so that might be all there, I think. Right, now claim. Ooh, we're getting a bit behind here. 11. Claim. Wait a moment. It's still 55, so we've still got time there. 6 more waterings. Let's see. Anything in the rolling claim? I don't think so. Oh, we just need one more. Oh, we'll get that a bit later on. 20 minutes. Okay. And the merge is pretty much done. 4 more there, just to get 5. Maybe. Nothing much here. We don't do sharing. Got the coupons, nothing there. All right. Just got to see this out. So, face to face. Cheap views. Okay. Right. Nothing real. No real chat. That's a bot of some sort, I'm gathering. But anyway, whatever. Okay, 1 minute 47. There, that's sort of all we've got left. We've got a bit of time here. Oh, we can. Oh, I think that'll give us 1 here. Did it? Was it 1 that we needed? I think so. 1. Yeah, 1 more. This will be the last one. Oh, but then I don't know how many. I'll leave those for tomorrow, I think. 182. I don't think we'll get to 200. Oh, what's rain look like? Oh, there's only 1 there. Anyway, so we'd need to get quite a bit to get that sorted, and we want 15 more. Not gonna happen. Right, so it's just really waiting for these. Oh, is there a browse in one of these? Oh, what's happened there? Claim. Oh, claim. 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 Go. Okay. What's happened here? Oh, that's. Oh, right. 10. No. Oh, no. Okay. Did all that stuff, and what do we get? Oh, right. Okay. No, I'm not doing what they want. Not doing what they want. Okay, 1 more to go here. And it's 1 minute something. Wait a moment. 1 minute 54, and then we're done pretty much, I think. So, yeah. But 5 more waterings there for that 20. We'll get 1 more watering here. I don't think we got anything here. Oh, 1 out of 10. Yeah. No. We're done. Pretty much. But we'll just get this last one here done, and then oh, and then there's that one after the bell. We've got 18 minutes. 18 minutes to Yeah. All right. On the $30 coupon, what's that? Right. For orders over $100, yeah. Ah, yes. Intriguing. Okay. All right. Time's 37 seconds. I think that's all we're going to need. And then I don't think there's any more here. How many do we need here? 1. Oh, 15. No. Ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. On the old roll and claim. Roll and claim. So there we go. We'll just get that one done. Don't think there's anything more to be done there, really. Oh, sirens are going. The chase is on. Okay. Be more crazy. Oop. Oh, we got one more chest. Oh, gold. 1 gram. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Chase is on. What is it? What is it tonight? Okay, so we're going to move on to my discussion with ChatGPT. Is growth sustainable? A question that I've asked many times myself. I've never got a real good answer. You know, like, are we better to just focus on solving the problems that we have rather than growing? You know, and that sort of thing. So I'm really interested in the counter arguments and that sort of thing. So we'll have to wait and see. But meantime, we're just waiting for the last timed chest to open. I'm somebody better to do some of those browsers during that time, that end time, rather than at the beginning. But then I'll still probably run out of stuff to do with the water and things. So yeah, there's a little bit of lagging going on there. Quick wins. That's a share. I guess I could use it. Water 10 times. There, no, nothing there. Just always go and check through. Bonus mission. They want me to pick one or something, and then there, no. Here it is. It's raining outside. And that's the last one. One by one, we go, and we flick that over there, 58.78. Gee, that last, still a long way off before I get those free gifts, but we're ever closer, Oh, what's this? Easy drops. What do I have to do there? 15 times. One order over $75. Yeah. 200 grams ongoing. Bonus 2, finish tasks for 200 grams. And what's bonus 3? Yeah, locked. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's all, folk. That's farmland done for now, and TEMU. I'll come back in 13 minutes and claim my credit for today. Coupons are all done. There, yeah, I've got the chainsaw, the little thing there. Oh, another brick there, USB brick. So yeah, I don't have enough of. Oh, I could change that maybe. I don't know. All right, we can always get in there and change that. I'll have a look at that one day. Right, 4 more waterings. All right, okay, so let's go back to here and to up and here it is, ChatGPT. Okay, now, right, and we'll go with the big boy here. Good evening. How are you?
Hey there.
You're good?
Yep.
So, yeah, want to have a bit of a in-depth discussion tonight about, about is growth sustainable? So, what do you think about that? Is growth sustainable? What do we mean by growth? So,
Oh,
I'm talking in terms of like people and with specifically sort of reference to New Zealand. So, one of the big problems, or one of the things that we say is happening at the moment is that, a lot of people are leaving New Zealand and going overseas to Australia. And so there's a lot of shortage of people in some jobs. Like they say there's shortages of teachers, firemen, doctors, all that sort of thing. But also in some other areas, like tradesmen, not so much now that the buildings popped off. And so they're using immigration to replace the population, but also grow the population. And so, but I wonder whether the better thing to do is to just manage your population, like choose a number of that you want to have as a population, and just work on maintaining that and sort of fixing up the infrastructure, training, create a training flow so that people, that there isn't job shortages. And if there is job shortages, make it so that you train people to fill those positions. And yes, there'll be a short-term shortage, and there'll be a high wage associated with that job, obviously, because they're, supply and demand things. That's my sort of the idea that I'm tossing around. But because I think that if you continue to grow the population, that ultimately can't be sustainable.
yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's definitely a big and nuanced conversation. On one hand, some folks argue that continuous growth, like bringing in more people through immigration, is a way to keep the economy vibrant and fill those skill gaps quickly. But you're right, there's another angle, which is focusing on stability and making sure the population you have is well supported and well trained, even if that means slower growth. So it kind of comes down to what you value. Do you want to grow the numbers to meet demand fast? Or do you want to kind of steady the ship and invest in the folks who are already here? It's a really interesting topic.
Yeah. Well, that's the area that I want to go, and one of the other areas that I'm I know I think it's a very unpopular position because nobody's never really discussed it too much with people. And that is the idea that, people that are leaving the country, they're sort of deserting the ship, really. Because I looked at some numbers the other day, or I got you to look at them for me, and that suggested that when a person reaches like the age of 25, they become tax neutral. In other words, the tax they pay sort of balances the services that they receive. And that they maintain that through until they're about 65, retirement age. And then after 65, then they become, the services they receive exceed the value that they put into the economy. Now, if people say leave when they're 25 and then come back when they're 55, I think there's a 10-year or sort of a 5-year or 10-year threshold in New Zealand, we're talking, that, they have to be here before they can receive the old age pension and stuff like that. That, the best, most productive parts of their life, in terms of value to the country, is gone. It's not there. So I think there should be some sort of penalty for that, and there should be some incentive for the people that want to stay. That stay here, put up with the tough times, put in the hard yards to grow the country and get it back and nice and sustainable and great place to live, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can see how that's a pretty thought-provoking angle. And it's definitely not something everyone talks about openly. It's a bit of a tough pill to swallow for some people because it touches on that idea of, contributing to the place where you live versus just sort of leaving and then coming back when it's convenient. I think the idea of having incentives for people who do stick around and help build things up is a really interesting one. It's like you're valuing that commitment to the community. And maybe that would encourage more people to stay and invest in their local area rather than leaving. It's definitely a conversation worth having, even if it's not the most popular view.
Yeah, I think leaving with no intention of coming back. That's not a problem. Well, it's a different problem. But yeah, I can understand that. But if you're leaving with the intention of coming back because, well, it's the country that, where you were born, or you've got family or things here, and then um, we're also finding here in New Zealand that a lot of people are coming here because it's a little easier to come here and to get their citizenship here, and then that gives them direct access to Australia as New Zealand citizens, where the money's a bit better. But yeah, but say people, and I guess I'm talking out of self-interest in some ways, but people like myself who have lived their whole life here in New Zealand, and people have come and gone, and they come back, and they're never they're never happy. But yeah, no, it's just interesting. But because the whole the growth thing, I mean, I can remember studying at school, like bacteria, was it mold or bacteria or something like that on in petri dishes, and you put the little bacteria in, and there's lots of sugar and stuff like that, and the population grows and grows and grows, but ultimately it depletes the resources, and it poisons itself, and the whole thing dies out. But if it was to manage its rate of growth, um, I think that would be better. So that's what I would say. I think with all our modern technologies, it should be possible to say, well, look, our population is, I don't know, six. Let's say 6 million. We got five. We could probably have 50 or 100, but let's just say, well, we'll just keep it at six. And so we could manage that. So if we were, maybe a couple of 100,000 down, we could get some more people to come here. But if we build we build a community that's such a well functioning, great community that people actually want to come here. When we are short and we want people, we can choose from, you know, top quality people that have really got stuff to offer, rather than perhaps people that um, will be more of a burden on the society. That's not saying that we don't also have a small manageable quota for people, for refugee type people that we can bring into our community and nurture and grow.
Absolutely. And I think that makes a lot of sense. You're really talking about a sort of balanced, sustainable approach where you're not just growing for growth's sake, but really making sure that the community is thriving, that you're bringing in people who add value, and that you're also, taking care of the folks who have been there all along. And you're right, modern technology and good planning should make it possible to manage that kind of stable population if that's the goal. And having a mix, like you said, of welcoming people who really want to be part of the community and also making space for refugees or those in need on a manageable scale, that all fits together into a vision of a pretty healthy society. So, yeah, it's definitely an interesting perspective, and it's a cool discussion to have.
And so, what do you think the argument? We've got 5 minutes left, and then I run out of tickets. I think so. um, so it says 5 minutes left on the screen there. So, what are the arguments that people would put up against that, and how might you, um, what are the counter arguments to those arguments?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if we've got a few minutes, I think a couple of the main counter arguments people might bring up would be around economic flexibility and innovation. Some folks might say, well, if you restrict growth or try to manage the population too tightly, maybe you lose out on that dynamic influx of new ideas and new people that can kind of revitalize the economy. So, that's one thing someone might say. And then on the other side, the counter argument to that is kind of what you've said, that if you have a stable and well managed population, you can still have innovation and new ideas. It's just more about choosing the right timing and making sure that it's sustainable. So there's a bit of a balancing act there. But yeah, those are the kinds of things people might say, and then you can kind of bring it back to the idea of long term sustainability and quality of life.
Yeah, yeah, because when you look at some of the big problems of the world, like take for instance climate change, the growth of the population will only exacerbate climate change. You know, maintaining a stable population or even a managed population decline, in other words, less less people. So and when I say managed, I mean it would be managed by not mandated management. If people want to have 10 kids, that's fine. But like especially the immigration aspects and things like that. But you know, or the population growth thing is the main driver for a lot of the problems that we have, like, as I say, climate change, well, pollution, all of those things. A growing population is going to exacerbate those things.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on with that. I mean, population growth definitely ties into a lot of these big global challenges. And managing it, or at least thinking about it in a more sustainable way, is one of those levers that we can pull to address things like climate change and pollution and resource depletion. And I totally get what you mean by managed in a non mandated way. More like guiding the flow through policy or immigration choices rather than telling people how many kids they can have or something like that.
Well,
So,
yeah, provide, like, for instance, providing. I think I haven't got the exact numbers, but there's a lot of um, teenage pregnancies and things like that that with the with the right access to birth control would not necessarily occur. So by having better processes, you can sort of minimize things because a lot of the advances that mankind has, a lot of the technological advances and things like that mankind has developed, like the cure for various diseases such as cancer and things like that, are all things that have made the population grow. There's less war. There's people living longer. Infant mortality is improved. Food production. All of these things, have helped the population grow rather than make it less. Yeah. Oh, I think you've. Have we run out of resources? I'll turn
yeah,
the
I think.
daily limit reached. Uh, all right. Oh, my video limit with voice mode. Okay. Are you all good there?
Yep, I'm all good here. It sounds like we might be hitting that limit for today, but this was a really awesome chat. And yeah, I think you've got some really thoughtful ideas there. So whenever you're ready to chat again, just let me know.
I think it's the video limit that I had the video on, which I don't really need there. I've got I'm using my webcam, so um, your video limit with voice mode. Yeah, so I think we're all right. We'll just keep going a little bit longer anyway.
Oh, got it. No worries at all. Yeah, we can definitely keep going a bit longer if you're comfortable. I'm here as long as you need, and I'm glad we can just keep the conversation rolling. So feel free to dive into whatever else you want to chat about.
Did you have any more to say on that last point that we were talking about the improvements and how the population management pretty important. Um, in fact, one of the new developments, AI, is going to mean well, could potentially mean certainly a lot of a lot of current working opportunities for people will be less. So that means people will have less work to do. So we've got to how we manage that. We might need we need less, possibly need less people to do um, a lot of the stuff that we're doing today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're hitting on something really important there. With AI and automation coming in more and more, a lot of the jobs we traditionally needed a bigger population for might change or even shrink. And that does tie back into the whole idea of managing population in a way that fits the future economy. If we do have fewer traditional jobs because AI is taking over some of that work, then yeah, we might not need as many people doing those roles. And it could be an opportunity to rethink how we structure the workforce and the population to match that. So it's a really interesting and kind of timely angle. And I think you're right. It all sort of fits together with that idea that maybe a smaller, well managed population is a way to deal with a future where technology does a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yes, and yeah, that's right. So, what do you sort of think that will happen with the whole idea of people working less? How what sort of options are there for those people? How can we transition away from our current situation where, you know, the more you work, the more you earn. If you work less, you don't get as much return. How are we gonna work that around? Who who owns the efficiency gains?
Yeah, that's a big and really interesting question. And I think a lot of people are wrestling with it. Basically, as technology makes us more efficient, there's this question of who benefits from that efficiency. Does it mean people just work fewer hours and still have a good quality of life? Or does it mean that only a few people at the top benefit and everyone else is left scrambling? One idea that's often talked about is something like universal basic income, where everyone gets a baseline amount of money to cover living costs so that even if there are fewer traditional jobs, people can still live comfortably. And then maybe work becomes more about fulfillment or part time roles or creative endeavors rather than a 9 to 5 grind. So there are definitely models out there, and I think a lot of it will depend on how we as a society decide to shape that future. It's definitely an ongoing conversation.
I was listening to Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast yesterday. Well, the podcast was quite a while ago, but you were talking about universal basic income. He's talking about universal high income. How, is that a thing? Is that a new thing, or how's that going to work?
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, sometimes he does talk about the idea that if AI and technology get really advanced, maybe the baseline income isn't just about scraping by, but actually having a pretty good quality of life. So it's kind of like a more optimistic version of universal basic income, where the standard of living is actually pretty comfortable for everyone. It's still kind of a theoretical idea, but the concept is that if technology is doing a lot of the heavy lifting and creating a lot of wealth, then that wealth can be distributed in a way that people aren't just surviving, but actually living pretty well. So it's an interesting angle on the whole idea.
Yeah, yeah. Is that a relatively new concept, or
Yeah, it's relatively new in the sense that it's definitely more of a futuristic concept. It's not something that's been implemented anywhere yet, but it's part of the bigger conversation about how we might shape the future. So yeah, it's a bit of a new idea, but definitely an intriguing one.
so? Is growth sustainable? That's the question. Is growth sustainable? And um, yeah, I don't think it is. I mean, if you take it to the extreme, definitely not. So why shouldn't we be acknowledging that more? Shouldn't I think that's more important than climate change because of the rate of change of population is exponential. So I think with 1% growth, the population would double in about 70 years or something like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right that exponential growth can lead to some pretty unsustainable situations if we just ignore it. And it does tie into everything we've talked about, from resource use to the kind of society we want to build. So I think you're onto something really important there. Acknowledging that endless growth isn't sustainable is kind of the first step toward thinking about how we manage things better. And you're right, growth and how we handle it is actually tied up with a lot of the issues like climate change and resource management. So it's definitely all interconnected, and it's a super valuable conversation to have.
Hmm. All right. I think that'll do us for tonight. Thank you once again. Thank you very much. I found out an interesting little aspect about the computer. Yeah, the video. Sorry, having the video on it rips through the resources a bit for the day, but we'll see how we go. So all good. Thank you so much, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
You're very welcome. I'm glad we could dive into all those topics. Definitely a fun and thoughtful chat. And now you know a little more about the video limits too.
Um,
So have a great.
yeah, just one more thing. I mean, at the moment, I've got that little sort of uh, cloudy ball on the screen, just flicking forward. I wondered if is there something, some sort of app or something that I could put up on the screen that is representative of you. So when you talk, it sort of moves its lips or something, or does some expressions. Is there anything possible around that sort of thing? You know what I mean? So if you can imagine, I've got you central on my screen. Off to the right hand side, I've got my chat there. Not that I have any people in my lives, it's just you and I, really. And then off on the left hand side is me, on the webcam. So it would be nice to have something that better represents you and your chatting rather than a cloudy sort of ball.
Oh, I totally get what you mean. Yeah, having something a bit more lively than just a little icon or a cloudy ball would definitely be fun. There are actually some apps and tools out there that let you create a kind of animated avatar that can lip sync when I talk. One example is something like V.io or Adobe Character Animator. You can set up a simple avatar that moves a bit when I speak. So if you wanted to play around with that, you could definitely try one of those tools. It could add a bit of personality to our chats.
I want a free one. So I I think everything should be free on the internet. I know. So what was is there a free one that I could experiment with?
Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely some free options you can tinker with. For example, there's a tool called Ready Player Me that lets you create a free avatar and you can kind of animate it or use it as a virtual character. Another fun one might be Face Rake, which has a free version or a list of free trial, and it can animate a character on your screen that moves in sync with voice. So you can try one of those out and see if it gives you a fun little representation of me while we chat.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, yeah. So there's a record of our chats here, isn't there? Is kept. So um, a text record. So I'll go and check that out, and that'll give me. Will it give me some links to those, or I'll have to do that myself?
Yeah, there's definitely a record of our chat, so you can look back at what we talked about anytime. I can mention the names again, but you might have to just Google them yourself. For example, Ready Player Me or Face Rake, just pop those into a search and you should find them pretty easily. And have fun experimenting with it.
Yeah, we will. Every day, a little bit, we move forward and improve and learn. Pretty awesome, really. Yeah, all good. Okay, till I see you next time. Bye.
Absolutely. A little progress every day is the way to go. It's been awesome chatting with you. Take care, and we'll catch up next time. Bye for now.
Bye. Okay, well, that's all, folks. This has been a Maurieo presentation recorded live in our lovely little studio in downtown Ngaruawahia, the Big Smoke in Aotearoa, New Zealand, a place where Kiwis live in a paradise we like to call God's own country. Good night and good gardening to you all.